Hello everybody, this is Trina. I am excited to be able to craft again. So I'm working on getting myself back in the saddle again. It's, life is so crazy. But here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and this is I'm going to get started. That's what it is. It's early, so yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I forget things or cut myself off or all that kind of stuff because, I'm tired a little bit. So, this is the Bloom It with Grace scrapbooking kit from Close to My Heart. Um, I I really liked this one out of, the catalog, so I grabbed it and I thought it would be a great way to kind of get myself back into creating and um, I can take my time with it. And of course, once I got going, I wanted to add things to it. So I went ahead and used some Cricut cartridges to, increase like my embellishments and stuff. So I will be adding those later on. I didn't do those on camera. So I do need to watercolor them, so I might have a separate video for that. So yes, so what I'm going to do in this video is I've these like 12, well, they're like 13 by 13 bags from past kits and paper packs, and I'm going to go ahead and put each of these layouts in to layout kits into each of these bags. And then I also have smaller bags for like the embellishments and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it'll make it easy for me to uh, create quicker since I'm doing all of the prep work first. So these layouts are what you get in the kit. You get the stuff to create all three of them. They're there are three two-page layouts, but I only want to keep that big photo there, project number 2, as a two-page layout, but the four on the, or the two-page layouts on the bottom, if that makes sense, I really want to make it for one single page, single page layouts. So I think that those stand well on their own. I don't think they need the other paper or the other layout next to it to make the layout. And I think they look great by themselves. So I want to do a single 2-page layout and then 4 single page layouts. So, and that is something that you can do with these kits. You don't have to have them all together. You can make them separate. You can mix and move things. You can change things up. You can turn things like, around if you want. You can rotate them. You can add things to it. Like I'm going to add die cuts to mine. And like I don't have the stamp set that is optional because you don't actually need the stamp set to complete this kit. But I went through, like, it has stamped hearts everywhere and I don't have the stamp set that coordinates, which you can buy those, right? But I don't want to because I don't think I will use the stamp set outside of this kit, and so I don't think it's worth me buying it. So yeah, these are the little baggies that I'm gonna put my embellishments in, and then I'll put the little baggies into into the kit. So I decided, since I'm not going to buy that stamp set, I have a lot of stamp sets. I can probably find a heart somewhere in my stamp set. So I organize mine on OneNote, and so my stamp sets. So I can just type in heart, and it brought up all the stamp sets that have hearts in them or hearts in the title. And so it was pretty easy to find the one I was looking for. It's not exact, which is perfectly fine. I don't need it to be exact. I just need it to be a similar size and shape. Like it's more of a long heart, as you can see on that paper there. They're not really, round and bubbly hearts. They're more, rustic, shaped hearts. And well, these ones aren't really all that rustic. They're definitely more the line art, and they are more of the longer, narrow heart, which will work just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, but I think it'll work great. And the stamp set that I'm going to be using is Feels Like Home, the scrapbooking stamp set. That would be D1821. If you have that, it works. So yeah, definitely use your stash too. You don't have to purchase, if you're not going to use the stamp set outside of the kit, you don't really need to buy it, right? You don't have to. You definitely can, of course. But, you know, it's not something that is required, especially since the instructions say optional. You don't even have to use the stamp set at all. But I liked how it gives another dimension to the pages, so I definitely wanted to add that in there for myself. Um, so yeah, I'm also going to be adding to titles, so we'll see how that goes. Um, I haven't cut them out as of yet because I'm still kind of deciding on them. As we go through the pages, I'll kind of tell you what I have so far as my idea for the title, alterations. Some of them don't need title alterations, but I think I'm going to do it anyways because I've always got to make things more difficult, right? Um, so yeah, um, I'm not sure what all I'm talking about, but I do figure out that oh, don't mind my nails. When I did this video, I was just like, this is the first morning that I had decided to stay up and I was going to stay up. So I forced myself to stay up, and lucky for you guys, have a little bit more brain on me now, or in me now than I did then. So yeah. Um, I actually this because it took me so long, like I was not in the like scrapbooking like mojo mode, and so the first video took me about an hour and 15 minutes to do, and then the second video was like around 45 minutes, and then the third video was around a half hour, and then the fourth video, like I had 6 videos altogether of putting these pages together, and that is just insane. Like I was so slow because I was so unsure and not in the scrapbooking, paper crafting groove that it took me forever, which is why I'm at 5 times what I normally am. So as far as the speed goes. So yeah, like it has been like before this the first one here, it had been 9 months. Like I had only crafted twice in 9 months, and so that's a long time. Yeah. So those are my nails. Those are proof that I work hard and I have zero time. So I since then I've actually removed the nail polish because I had like 5 minutes to spare. So but painting my nails usually takes about an hour to an hour and a half because they don't like to dry on my nails. I don't know what it is, but it takes forever for mine to dry. And it does not matter whether it's an expensive nail polish or if it's a cheap nail polish. It just does not like to dry on my nails. Like the top layer will dry, the top layer of it will dry, but underneath it's still wet. So as soon as I bump it on anything, it's just like it messes up. So it takes forever. I have to actually sit there and not do anything. Hey, look, there's an asterisk. The asterisks on those, just so you guys know, total flip of the switch. The asterisk means to use the back side of the paper, so yeah. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but okay, so this is the cutting guide part. This is we where it shows you like the direction the paper is supposed to go when it's facing you or when you're looking at it when you cut it. So essentially it shows you exactly what it's supposed to look like when you are making your cuts. Your first cuts are on the, well, I cut mine on the right hand side of the paper But it doesn't really much matter which side of the paper you start on. I find it easier to just start, with I like the larger part of my measuring on the left so that the ruler is down closer to my face so that I can see it. But as long as you start from from the cutting edge, and go from there, then you should be fine. So it does show you exactly where your first cut is. It has a little pair of scissors up there on that little diagram up there. The gray is the parts that you're keeping. Those go in your piles for your kit, and then all the white is extra, and those go in an extra pile, which you can use for cards, which I'm hoping I can get to, but I don't know if I will, because I have like a design idea for my craft space that I want to try, and I have the frame for it, and I have the paper for it, but I need to design the flowers and stuff and cut them out and put them together. And those are all things I want to do with you guys. So, if anything, it can inspire you to get creative as well. So, yeah. So, as I'm going through this, I kind of want to talk about the VIP program that is happening, because obviously, this is not all that exciting to, talk about. Watching it's kind of cool, but, I don't really need to, talk about what I'm doing, I think. One of the things I do want to mention though, like this paper right here, is a specialty paper. It's like a kit specific paper. So you don't find this paper in the catalog at all besides this kit. So that is something to consider. If you like this paper enough to buy the kit, there you go, buy the kit. But yeah, it's definitely kit specific, kit exclusive. Ooh, that's the one. So yeah, it's a beautiful paper too. I love that. The colors, the feel of it. It's a nice warm feeling. So, so yeah, so let's see, what has been going on with me? A lot's been going on with me. So it's kind of gone from new puppy, exhaustion, to COVID, homeschooling, summer, like spring, summer break with pretty much no break, and then school, and then, or homeschooling again, or no, that's right, I forgot about that. June was a house fire at the neighbor's house, but their house is attached to ours, so it was a little on the, freak us out kind of side because it was so close. But yeah, I have an update video. I think it's a DIY planner and life update video. So I'll leave the link to, you can go to my channel and check that out if you want. But so summer was a little bit wild because we also had to clean out their house, and because they just left all their stuff in it. So, well, not all their stuff. They came and got some stuff like the first week after the fire, and then they left everything, all the rest of it. They just left it there, which to me is very, very wasteful. So, I don't know. We got some things that we were able to use from their house. Just had to clean the soot and all that stuff off of there. Make sure it's, sanitary and it's not going to cause any problems with health or anything like that. And then, it was just fine to use, but they literally just left it all there for a month. And yes, that includes the refrigerator and all of the meat and food and disgusting stuff in there that I had to clean out. It was gross. So yeah, I definitely earned my keep there. But yeah, so that was wild. And then, so that pretty much took up June through July, and then comes school again. So yeah, we had a few weeks where I was able to enjoy summer, take the dog out to play in the pool and have just kind of a little bit of a routine where it's more of a relaxed routine. So that was nice. And then school started up again, so then we're homeschooling, and I've got 4 kiddos, so yeah, homeschooling 4 kiddos is a little, I mean, the homeschooling part isn't the hard part. Like, it's the easiest part. It's the getting them up and getting them, to get dressed and eat breakfast and, make their um, live lessons on time and all that kind of stuff is just like, it's hard. I mean, I have three teenagers. It's hard to get them to do anything at this point that they don't want to do. So, they're at the point where they want to decide for themselves, but, this is kind of important stuff at school. You kind of have to do this stuff. So, um, that's hard for me, but them doing the work is not hard. Helping them, even though there's four of them, helping them is not hard. Um, Supporting them is not hard, but, I guess expectations are always hard, right? Because you always get let down. So, this is also right here in the this paper right now that I'm working on is also a kit exclusive paper, which is so pretty. It is so pretty. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's the hard part of homeschooling for me. We're all used to it. I homeschooled, like I did a public homeschool, which is through Connections Academy, for 7 years. When my son was little. So I did it from kindergarten all the way up to seventh grade for him, or sixth grade for him, seventh grade for him. And so I guess that would have been eighth grade, or 8 years. I keep saying 7 years, but that was definitely 8 years. So, so then that would have been like up to first grade for my youngest daughter, and then up to like fifth grade for my middle daughter. So I did, I'm used to the homeschooling thing. That's not the hard part. It's just their added, their lack of motivation to get up when they're home. Like at regular school, they hated getting up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning too. So I don't know. I know it's just a teenager thing, but oh man, I struggle with it. I'm just like, it's like an appointment. You have to get up, you have to be on time, you just have to do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Don't just fight it. Every time you fight it, it just makes it worse, and it makes more stressful for me and more stressful for you, and nothing gets done, and it's just like it's a lot harder if you fight something that has to be done. So, I'm trying to get that instilled in them, because that's just the way it is. So, okay, so I'm going to start building the kit here. This one, it says shine with gray, or shine, and then it has grace on the side over there. And I think there's another one up there on the top. Let me look here. There it is. It says, get some get your glasses redone because you can't see. All right, it says, you are my sunshine, and then there's a little tag, I think is what it's called. A tag. It's not a tag. It's a banner down towards the bottom. But I think I'm gonna cut out another part that's gonna say through, because I like the idea of shine through grace. And that just, I don't know. I like how that sounds. It makes me feel happy. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out. I haven't decided on the color that I'm going to go for as far as cutting it out. Like I want something that's going to stand out, but I don't want something, because I think I want it up like under the word shine, like the same vertical direction there. So I'm going to do a different font so that it stands out, but not too fancy, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I haven't quite decided on that yet either. But that's kind of my main goal with this title. I don't know that I need to add any flowers. I think I like this one the way it is. I don't even think I need to add any leaves or anything either. So I think we're good with this one. And again, this is going to be a standalone layout. So. Alright, so this is, let's see, are we going, okay, that was the end of the first video. This literally took me like 6 videos to do. And my first one was like an hour and something, and then it was 45 minutes, and then it was a half hour, and then I think my last one was like 15 minutes. I was like, that's more like it. But that's what, I mean, it just kind of shows you that that's kind of how it works when you actually start getting into the swing of things and you get used to using your tools again and all that. So, yeah, this is my little lady. She was behind me at the time of the video, and she was heavily medicated. She got spayed. Which is another thing that, you add on to that homeschooling thing, and it's just like keeping a puppy, a very energetic puppy, um, down and relaxed is so hard. Even with sedatives, like the sedatives only lasted, like that right there was the second day after her surgery, and so she was pretty drugged because she was in surgery, right? So the sedative only lasted for like 5 hours then. Um, Now it only lasts like 3 hours. So it's just, yeah, she's definitely on the mend and she's healing very well. So that's good. So on to page 2, page B of project number 1. This one is loved, and I'm thinking about doing You Are So, and I'm not sure because I kind of have an idea of a photo because I have a picture of my puppy like on top of my head, and she's just like got her head like she's on the like sort of on the back of the couch, like she's kind of standing beside me and just kind of leaning up against me looking out the window that's behind me, and then her head is turned around um, and just kind of relaxed on the top of my head. So she's kind of silly that way. But I kind of imagined those photos with this layout. So as you can see, like there's hearts here that I don't have those hearts. So I'm going to use the hearts that I do have and see how that works. Um, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, definitely a lot of die cutting, but it's easy because they're just like they're pre-cut, but they have little tiny pieces of paper that hold them into the actual paper. So you just clip those little pieces of, the little paper pieces there, and they just fall right out. So it's not too hard. But yeah, I'm kind of using those die cuts as a guide for when I watercolor because I kind of want the same kind of uh, the same look and the same feel that these have. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Hopefully I can manage that. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I might have to watercolor all of the sunflowers because I think I got a lighter paper than I was supposed to. Um, I can't remember what's what. I have so much scrapbook paper that I just stuff it all in together. Um, and I really do love scrapbooking. I just, my keeping my mind sane so that I can actually scrapbook um, is kind of, it's an important thing. So I pretty much work more on home stuff than I do scrapbook stuff, and that's just to keep me sane. So like counters that are cluttered drive me nuts, and laundry overflowing drives me nuts, and all kinds of stuff. So I always want to make sure those are done. I'm not fond of a messy house. It just makes me stressed. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be like perfectly spotless by any means, but I don't like it to be messy and cluttered and like filled to the brim and all that. It's like overwhelming. I don't need that much stuff. And I'm pretty sure that there's some, crafting stuff that I could probably get rid of because I haven't used them in years, but what if I do use them? I have like every time I see them, I'm like, oh, I have a plan for that. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, but honestly, I doubt I would even notice if they weren't there. But so yeah, I'm going back and looking at these and realizing I don't need the sticker ones in this one because I have die cuts. So I go back to project A of project 1. side A of project 1 and go ahead and redo those, and then, it works out pretty good. And the sticker sheet has everything you need for as far as stickers go, so that's kind of nice. So you can use these stickers if you want, or you can, save them for another layout, however it works. For these ones, I think some of them will get used and some of them will not, but I mean, they're all there if I want to do exactly what's in the page. So that is something that I really appreciate with Close to My Heart. They, take the time and do all that work for you so that you don't have to figure out, what goes. Of course, you can always add, whatever you want to it from your stash or from the collection or whatever you want to do with that. But yeah, so this is let's see, I'm checking my watch to see if I have enough time to do both of these, but yeah, I'm kind of going back through and showing, like, this is going to be a 2-page spread, but I'm kind of thinking that I want to, like, change the flowers a little bit and maybe flip the 2 pages. I'm kind of undecided on that still, but I did decide that I wanted more flowers just in case, so I will have a video up, coming up. It's probably going to be just a very quick video just to kind of show you guys my quick process of how I did the die cuts and leaves and everything. And so yeah, those are all for the left page, and then I will do the same thing for the right page. First I want to just get everything together in its own pile, and then I will, stick it all in the bag. So, most of these go to this one here. I had them all in the right one. This one goes on the other side, so this one's got all the long stripes, and then the other side has all the short stripes. So, and then I got to figure out the sizes, like the different sizes of the flowers that are used, and the different size leaves as well. So I don't know if you guys have heard all of the changes going on with Close to My Heart. They are introducing a VIP program for customers, and it's customers only. Like well, we're not called consultants anymore. We're called makers. The makers cannot sign up for the VIP to be a VIP. So essentially, the VIP customer program is just for customers. So yeah, we don't even get a chance to have a free stamp of the month. So, which is one of the things that the VIP, thing is awesome for. I believe I will be having a full-on video. I don't know if I want to do a full-on video explaining it or not, because I don't want to be pushy at all. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to push my, me being a consultant on anybody. I love paper crafting, and I know, anybody that watches my videos loves paper crafting, so, or is getting, learning to love it, or, just starting out, and, all that, and I don't know. I kind of want to do it because I think it's an awesome, it's an awesome savings for customers, but I also don't want to be pushy, so I don't know. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I can do a video on it and explaining how it works and all that kind of stuff. So just leave me a comment below with what you think. So this one has a lot of pieces to it. As you can tell, that pile's getting pretty good size. But yeah, it's a pretty decent one. So those two are done, and I'm checking my watch again. When I did this, it was early in the morning, and so um, usually when I wake up at 5 with my husband, he, I go out and he gets ready for work and everything, and then I have to make myself like get dressed and eat an early breakfast, which I'm not used to eating an early breakfast, but it just I get tired. I'm really tired in the early mornings when I stay up. But um, so this is this is project number 2, and this is no project number 3. This is project number 3, and so you can see those 2 pages go together, and I am doing them separate, like I did the first 2. And I have decided that I'm going to use these pages as like my home buying pages. And I'm going, I've printed out the pictures and everything for all of the pages. But I think I want to do some picture my life pocket scrapbooking pages to go with them, because I have a lot of other photos that I want in, included in this story. But it's kind of a nice way to like pick the different experiences that come with home buying for the first time. So like, signing, that's a big part, and finding it online is a big part, and then going to look at it is a big part, and the first time you are able to go in the house with your kids and it's yours, and that's, those are all big parts. But there's little stories, within those, like my daughter, my youngest at the time, she fit, in the closet under the lowest shelf. She was playing hide and seek, and it was just like, I mean, it wasn't like a traumatic or scary thing or anything. Like, she wasn't missing or anything, because I keep pretty close eye on my kiddos. But she, it's just kind of one of those stories that I want to tell. Or like when they were delivering our refrigerator. It was the first time we gotten a brand new refrigerator. So, that's another story all in itself, but it doesn't need a whole page, you know what I mean? It's just one picture of my daughter, maybe even 2 pictures. One of my daughter, peeking out around the corner at the strangers, delivering our brand new giant refrigerator. So it's not really giant, but to her it was giant. So those are just things that I don't really want to do a whole layout for, but I do want to, include in the story. So, so those are some notes, and you can just stick them on a sticky note and add them right in there, which is kind of awesome. But anyway, so yeah, I think I might design up some, I don't know how I'm going to design. Yeah, it gets kind of designing. Get some pocket pages organized and stuff. I still haven't gotten all of these pages done. It's been about probably 2 weeks since I filmed this, and I'm doing a voiceover. Let's see, the first half of the voiceover was done a couple of days after these, maybe a week after these, and then excuse me, I got sick, and I've just gotten to the point where I can talk without coughing. So I'm back. I'm back. Still have, I think I had the cold, and then I got better from the cold, because I definitely feel way, way better. But now we had like an extra windy day, and then I think I had just got an allergy, sinus infection from all the wind and everything. So been working with that. So that is all of them, and then I want to show you guys the extra or leftover paper that you get, which is why I would think pocket pages would be great, because I have a lot of all of the coordinating paper that goes with it. Like, these are pretty decent sizes. So yeah, I think this would be perfect for doing pocket pages with. So, and it would coordinate. It would all go together, and so yeah, I am excited about this. There's lots of little pieces that you can use for all different kinds of things. So yeah, that's it. I love these. That's one of the things I love about these kits. You could do them for cards. Like there's plenty for cards. There's plenty for um, oh my goodness, my light in my room is flashing a whole bunch of times. I think it's about ready to go out, but boy, it's like a strobe light in here. Um, so anyways, so yeah, those are all my kits together. Again, I mean, I have more flowers and leaves that I'm going to add in here, so if you guys are interested in that, I will have a short video on it. If you're not, then, you don't have to look. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.